Okay, welcome back everybody. The Steam House founder, Godiva Golding, has taken Steam to the next chapter with her recent venture. She's here to talk more about it. Good morning to you, lady. Good to have you here.
Good morning, so.
Recent venture is 3 years?
3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah.
Time flies.
When you're having fun and when you're not. Good to have you. Steam, no. We were just having a debate about Steam, what the acronym means. It's not really a debate. But you asked me what it meant and I said science, technology. What did I say? Entertainment?
Entertainment,
arts
yes.
and math. And you said, no. The E is for?
Engineering. And the entertainment you find in the arts.
And I said, no, but the engineering come under the science and the technology, so no teeth in a E, that is really...
So I want to tell you, technology is not necessarily engineering. You know, engineering is more so the mechanics, the application. Technology is like, let's bring up new tools.
But science,
science is observing the world.
Okay.
And arts, we used to define the world,
we
make
could talk
beautiful.
About it forever. Tell me a little bit about Steam House, though. Why did you decide to start it, and what do you do?
All right, so Steam House is first and foremost a social enterprise. So we started off with a simple mission, ensuring that we prepare the next generation of Jamaicans and the rest of us in the Caribbean for the future of work. So whether it is teaching robotics, teaching about artificial intelligence, teaching about the blockchain, things that we want our young people to be equipped with so they don't end up playing catch up. They're right in the zeitgeist, right in what is happening. So now when we're talking about trends like ChatGPT, we would have had young people building AI models, machine learning models before, learning how do you manipulate data. So this brand new world isn't so new, because we have to understand that we are raising digital natives.
Yeah, indigo kids, like they know this thing coming out of the womb, so they already have a leg up, no?
Yeah, they certainly do. So it's now how do we transition them to always seeing themselves as just consuming the Roblox and the Minecraft? Like, how do you put yourself in the shoes of somebody who can produce something in this realm?
Yeah.
So that's where we're trying, again, give as many children and teens a leg up on.
So tell me what you've done in the last 3 years and what is currently on tap for you guys.
So in the past 3 years, we have gone from doing one-on-one programs to basically working with foundations. We're currently working now with the Department of Correctional Services in a pilot program where we're teaching girls in their facilities coding, robotics, and digital design so that they leave the facility then with a marketable skill. Yeah. So yes, you can teach other skills like your cosmetology, your homemaking, but at the end of the day, as again, we want to make sure that the highest paying jobs, which are often in technology, are something that our young people have access to. In terms of what's coming up, we are very concerned about accessibility, yes?
Yeah.
And so we've often asked the question, how do we get more young people to be involved in STEAM? And we are so grateful that we now have a partnership with the Ropes American Center, which is at the US Embassy, wherein we're going to be able to target thousands of students through our Makers STEAM Club. So that actually launches this week.
Wow.
So they can tune in Thursday after Thursday and just learn about little hands-on projects, how to build a Bluetooth radio, how to build an RGB circuit, how to build like a simple ABC toy. And the funny thing about this, I think we're really tapping into some of the talents that our young people have that often seem hidden. Because you might go on social media sometimes and you see a child build a car out of, boxes.
Get it done.
and it finishes there, but there's so many more young people like that. If they only had like regular access to these sorts of technology, but also just the education, I can imagine that 10 years from now, we can't hold them.
What are you finding now? Because you do 6 to 18 years old, you're exposing these technical skills in coding, robotics, and design. I hear you talk about Roblox. So many of our kids immersed, like learning to design houses and don't even realize they're picking up like usable skills. So when you get them in the room, Godiva, and you see what they're doing, is your mind completely blown?
I think I'm always blown by the ideas that they come up with. So one of the projects that we've been doing now, we've been going to 20 primary schools and we're dealing with children who are at grade 4. It's like, hey miss, I just built a hydraulic bridge. And then he goes, so what did you use to build this hydraulic bridge? And he's like, the things that they use to stick people, doctors. And I was like, so you know the word hydraulic, but you don't know syringe. But I bring it to the fact that this is something that students are actively exploring. And I say again, it is really a matter of us noticing where they are and giving them more tools so they can propel themselves even further.
So brilliant.
Yes, they are absolutely brilliant. The ideas that they come up, and one of the key things about STEAM House, we focus a lot on project-based learning. And so towards the end of our programs, students always do a passion project. So the passion project ranged from children who will be doing speech-to-text generators, or maybe they built a math game because they were bad at math and they want to help younger children who are bad at math. Even during the pandemic, there was a child who built a cheer you up game. So you really start to see just their ideas go from just a little concept in their head to reality. And it helps them to just build their own confidence in making and building this world out.
So speaking of passion projects, how did you end up? Tell me about your own love for this area.
Oh my gosh.
You ended up here.
That is a long story, but the short version is I've always been very, very involved in my community. The love of just electronics. So I studied electronics engineering for some time at the University of the West Indies. And then I started to slowly see that passion transition to what it is today, making sure young people also have an opportunity to benefit from this love of just creating and seeing things just come to life with your own hands.
Yeah. So we talk about Silicon Valley and we know what Silicon Valley is. Do you think that we have the potential here to become the Silicon Valley of the region, per se? I mean, we have Jamaicans who are doing big things world over in this area, but as a hub, as a collective, do you think we have the ability to make that kind of impact on the world?
I dare say we are already making that impact. When I think to my earlier years studying electronics, we didn't have people at Google and NVIDIA, but now it's almost commonplace, you know? And that is to say that we have always been as good as the rest. We've always been as good as just the opportunity and the exposure.
Gotcha.
So that's what we're doubling down on, opportunity and exposure, because we know we have great talents here.
Yeah, and you have the partnerships now that can help to move the needle. STEAM House, where do people find you? If there's schools that want to have you come in and talk to their kids, where do they find you?
So steamhouse.io. So STEAM House, input, output. So that is us on socials, that is our website, and all throughout.
Excellent. Yes. Wow, Godiva, making an impact. Love when young people living their purpose, and we get to hear more about you. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for
go warm up
having
yourself
me.
now. Steve Godiva Golding. Second edition of News in 5 is next, everybody. We'll be right back.